Alright, let's move forward. This is Tall Man Back Then, not a Super Robot Wars the 30 video here. So, yep, let's keep going. Yep, we got only one mission here, so let's go to the subspace. Final episode. Truth. Let's grab everyone I could. Who else? Katarzyna. I'm thinking maybe a Ryoma. Maybe. Nah, I'll bring Kid. Excuse me. So that's the Cloister's headquarters. No, this is where it's supposed to be, but I don't recognize that object at all. There's no other facility in the area that seems likely though. It's about the same size as X's. Perhaps they transferred the headquarters to this mobile fortress, intending to use it to exterminate humanity. Can you hear me, Magista? The Dracurus and I have come to speak to you, Magista. We request an audience. Enemy units deploying from the fortification. Oh, here we go. I guess these must be the guard for their home base. There's not that many of them though. Just as Corurium said, then they must have put all their units into that final defense line. So then, there's practically no one left to defend the Magista. All we need to do is defeat the force in front of us. And then we can beat the Magista for good. We can do it. Let's finish, let's finally put an end to all of this. You okay with that, Corurium? I haven't come this far, so I'm prepared to see it through to the end. The only option we have left is to reach the Magista using one truth. Irrefutable power. The truth of power. Surprising to hear that come from you. Is it? Maybe not. At least it's a lot more understandable than deciding to exterminate humanity based on some half-baked questions. Mitsuba, give us one last push to end this. We have come this far. All we can do now is combine our strength and fight. Dracurus commands the attack. I believe in our victory. Here we come, Cloisters. We are the Dracurus. So only 20 of them. I can go a little further. Ouch. No biggie. You know what? I can go ahead and use the Roadie Cheer. I should have used it earlier. Oh, come on. Full-powered Gridman. I'll stay rather close for now. Kenichi. Oh gosh. Uso. Let's move everyone up a little bit. Damn. Oh, come on. Thank you, Eddie. Fortune. Ooh. Bruh. All right. NTD. Fortune. No one has fortune. Okay, never mind. Overflow. Wind instinct. NTD. Alright, you're already at that. That's a little overkill, but doesn't matter. Alright, not bad, not bad. So Alright, unleash Getaway. Alright, and we got 2 more here. And then the next one, I'm gonna give it to Gaogaigar. I've got rid of the welcoming party. There's no one left to oppose us. Now we just have to defeat the Magista. Come on out, Mr. Magista. The Dracos came all the way here to put you in the ground. I can hear you well enough without you're shouting. Magista. There you are, boss. Wait, he's floating in space? As we expected, he is no normal person. Does the fact that you came out unarmed signal your intent to surrender? Surrender? What possible cause would I have to surrender? Certainly not to be a British, lowly species that cannot even comprehend the truth taught by the Quaestors. You certainly speak, as I imagine Corurium's teacher would. Once we take you out, this battle is over. I'm not gonna hold back because you're unarmed, so get ready. Do wait a moment, I have come to offer you my praise. Praise? Of course, you conquered every obstacle in your way to reach this point. So I believe as a special reward, I will hold a lecture for you myself. Teach you the truth that the Quaestors know. Very well. Captain, he isn't trying to escape. I think we have a moment to hear what he has to say for himself. He has judged all of humanity to be foolish, so I would like to hear just how he justifies that. A wise decision, Isuba Great Valley. Allow me to express my regret that you had to become the puppet of AOS. He sure knows how to wind people up. Corurium, I'm disappointed that the man unnamed the new king of Earth has fallen so low. That isn't. You should listen to this lecture too. Then you will regret your own foolishness. Yes. So obedient. He must be mind-controlled on some level. You Earthlings are the 30th species that the Quaestors have encountered. We had been aware of your existence for decades, going by your calendar, but it was only 10 years ago that we determined that you must be subjected to our judgment. May I ask what the cause for that was? The existence of Magen. What? Magen? It is a technology forbidden, which can twist the laws of reality to what its user imagines. It reacts to the will of its user to create effectively infinite energy, and in the end possesses the power to warp even the dimension it exists in. When we began our observations of you Earthlings, you were just at the level of, on occasion, touching the edges of Magen. And only ever by accident. Amuro Ray, the new type, Koji Kabuto, who encountered the photon power energy, and of course Ryoma Nagari, chosen of the Ghetto race. Everything began with you three. The hell did you say? It was us? We were the beginning of everything? Then years later, at last, Earthlings stood at the door that would lead them to controlling Magen. Deliberately. The light in people's hearts, it was the salvation of your world, but also the key to open that forbidden door. The light of the cycle frame? It was the power humanity wasn't ready for yet? That was ultimately one event, but we predicted one event might be all it took to set in motion an unstoppable chain of events. And exactly as I feared, Earthlings try to make the power of Magen their own. I speak not just of cycle frame, but photon power, ghetto rays, the use of G-stones, and utilization of otherworldly elements. Ultimately, reaching so far as to instill mind into the inanimate. You mean super AI? All these things are forbidden. They must be locked away from immature civilizations. Earthlings are as a species and as a civilization in a transitional period. The genetic manipulation seeded into you by the Wagyu and AOS under the influence of ghetto rays has become a sprout that may bloom into a new species. Furthermore, you touch upon other planets, even other worlds, expanding your civilization. Power is the last thing that must be granted to Earthlings in a status such as SAT. Is that really enough justification to eliminate all of humanity? You are correct. Merely touching upon the power of Magen is no crime. In the vastness of space, and in a universe that existed before this one, there have been civilizations that have gained this power. AOS was but one of them. The weapon you call the Dress Treasure too was something Orchidacia. It is a weapon she brought from another universe into yours. The Dress Treasure is a weapon from another universe entirely? To not just touch, but to seize the power of Magen, and then fail to use it correctly, that is a crime. And in truth, you use the Dress Treasure to become the servant of AOS. Don't just write us off like that. Neither Captain Jimisuba nor any of the rest of us have fought on Archidacia's orders. We came this far on our own will. That is not the only reason I call you inferior. The fact that I, the Masters, and Corrudium collected. Consider through multiple debates from countless perspectives. All these lead to a conclusion concerning whether humanity possesses the ethics to use Magen properly. I speak of absolute correctness. You would call it the truth. So you decided to exterminate all humanity based on my answers? Your words were not everything, no. A meteor is approaching the planet inhabited by 1 billion people. That was the first question back at Phnom Penh. A direct hit would render the planet completely uninhabitable, leading to 1 billion deaths. You see the meteor coming and have the capacity alter its course. Choose to do so, however, the meteor's new course will send it hurling into a colony housing 100 million people. Either let 1 billion die or murder 100 million. This sort of question is hardly an unfamiliar question in Earth history, is it? It is a simple enough question if one measures life by quantity. Sacrificing 100 million to save 1 billion is simple. Utilitarianism. I don't even know how to pronounce it. Conversely, saving 100 million in front of you is the deontological ethics. Your answer was just one consideration. In truth, Earthlings have long since answered this question on their own. The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. Earthlings have demonstrated the centrality of this idea to their psychology time and again. Indeed, the Axis Drop's goal was to save all humanity's future by eliminating the people living on Earth. That too was the many over the few. a number of immigrants equal to the number of people currently on your planet comes to your world. That was the question back at Athens. You are the leader of your world, and you have the power to eliminate these immigrants. Furthermore, if you refuse to allow them to immigrate, they will invade by force. Now, what do? Do you annihilate the immigrant in the first strike to protect your own citizens? Or can you not take the life of another even to protect yourself? A life of another and the principle of self-defense, these are societal rules and oft addressed point in your criminal law. I should not even need to say this, but the answer of Earthlings is to take the life of another as naturally as breathing. Considering how many external foes you have utterly annihilated, I shall brook no dispute on this subject. Screw that, we were fighting to survive and we had no other choice. Not when we were fighting enemies like the invaders. I'm not assigning blame as such for your decisions. However, what we must draw from this, having made that choice, is that you can hardly claim it is unfair when others decide similarly about you. The possibility exists that your aggressive nature could lead to invasions of other civilizations. We could be the invaders? Human development of outer space could be taken by other civilizations as an invasion, I guess, but a colony ship is traveling through space when its inhabitants are struck by a mysterious virus that causes their blood to break down. The people aboard the ship decided as an emergency measure to divide the blood of a number of randomly selected individuals across the crew. A question from Kilimanjaro. It is at this moment that a problem arises. A number of individuals argue that, and as essential members of the crew, they should be made exempt from the selection. These elite members are to hold leadership positions upon the ship's arrival at the colony planet. This is hardly a meaningful distinction if the ship never reaches its goal. However, without these key members, those running the new colony will surely encounter great hardship. To save the ship, will you select from among all its passengers to be used, or will important crew members be exempt? This sort of challenge to utilitarianism is a constant source of debate across all society. The 1-year war that began your current long era of warfare, you must know there are those who use just this sort of utilitarian thinking as a shield to justify their use of the indiscriminate destruction. Zabi's superior human species theory, and the colony drop. One might say war continues to this very day as a result of that. I have the technology to make perfect clones. This technology is capable of instantly creating atom-perfect copies of a person. All qualities and abilities and memories of the original are, of course, present in any clones so created. The question you ask at Military Academy 30. The copy I have created has all the abilities, qualities and memories of the original. Would you treat this copy as if it was the same as the original? The fundamental question asked here is whether one prioritizes rationalization or emotion, but Earthlings so often mistake these quite clearly. Using rationalization in moments where emotion is called for, and to let emotion take the reins when rationality is needed, is a hallmark of foolishness. Take as one hideous example. saying how worthy it is that robots have hearts, and then crushing those who lived true to their ambitions for science. You're talking about the viruses? The viruses? What do you mean? We have rules and laws to decide how far you can go for a reason. But it is humanity that creates these laws. In other words, the problems exist in the state of humanity that made such laws. For this question, let us assume you are a simple beast, only able to judge things by your physical senses. Your owner has left the food out for you, however, this food is different from what it is usually given to you. The question from the end is, your instance suggests this food could be poisoned. However, 10 days later, your owner has not changed the food for anything else. If you do not choose to eat the food, you will starve, however. It could be poisoned and your owner might change the food tomorrow. Would you eat the food despite the fear of poison, or would you wait for your owner to come? Ever since the 1 year war I mentioned, the influence of the organization that should unify humanity, the Earth Federation, has weakened more and more. Yet, even so, no meaningful revolution has occurred. In other words, humanity would wait for food. They would simply wait for death. You are wrong. It hasn't been a fast process, but the world has been changing. Although its pace may be slow, it matters is changing the mind of each and every person. That is far more important than a revolution earned by the blood of one small portion of us. I see. That is where the true intent of your zero requiem lay, of course. However, please consider the reality of the situation. The miracle of peace lasts but a year before war broke out again. That's because you brought war back by arranging for Laplace's box to be opened. And now humanity stands ready to overcome that and move on to real peace at this time. But history repeats. That is the truest expression of you Earthlings. I have overseen all of the Draco's battles, and through them analyzed the nature of Earthlings. But regrettably, my conclusion did not change. And if all had proceeded normally, I would have left it at that. However, now we have arrived at the truth. Mitsuba Great Valley. Your decision was taken into consideration as you are commander of the strongest force Earthlings possesses. The result of that was our result that Earthlings must be exterminated. If you were just simply fools, just idiot children, we could have allowed your existence under the management of your new king, Carudium, but you and all other Earthlings possess a self-centered, aggressive nature that means your very existence must not be allowed in our universe. Thrilled? About what, to begin with? There can be no single objective answer to the questions you posed. People producing and expressing their individual subjective answers is what imparts any idea with meaning. No one individual has the right to dictate an answer for anyone else. Incorrect. I have the right. No, right is not the most appropriate word. It is my duty. Duty? That's... If civilization is to advance, its beneficiaries must be also possessed and be given the intelligence and foresight to utilize that civilization. Those who cannot achieve this state are doomed to perish. Very good. Before the truth, all are driven to silence. Your response is the only natural one. Mitsuba, I reject the conclusion you have all come to. If you had accepted the truth, we could have at least end your life without needless pain. But in your foolishness, you have forced all Earthlings in hellish suffering. One person deciding humanity's future seems rather presumptuous. Oh, therefore I can only speak for the Dracos here. No, I can speak only as a representative of the will of those who have trusted the future to us. Quaestors, to protect our peace and our freedom, we will fight you. So, in your foolishness, you reject the truth I offer. You have got to be kidding. Who the hell would ever say yes to being exterminated? I must say, you have put a lot of effort into your incredibly self-centered reasoning. It's led you to some very twisted conclusions. There may even be some truth in what you say, but what gives you the right to focus in on that and exaggerate it into a reason to take people's freedom, their lives? You still do not understand. I'm a Quaestor. I'm the destroyer of AOS who dare to call themselves gods, and the one who bears the responsibility to manage the entire universe. No one asked you to take that responsibility. You just decided to take up that role yourself. I can understand how you might react that way. This is why I make sure to debate these subjects perpetually with the masters to ensure we arrive at an impartial judgment. What part of this is impartial? If you arrived at this hypocrisy unanimously, I find it most likely you argued a thing. From your perspective, I have lived an unfathomably long time and have known countless civilizations across this universe. If you simply accept my rule, everything will be so much simpler. If you cannot abide by my conclusion, I'm afraid that there is only one way we can proceed. Oh, good. Are we finally done with this boring lecture? I was getting sick of waiting. Do you intend to fight all of us alone? No, you do not have the right. First, you must understand the true power of the Quaestors. What in the world are those? They are nothing like the Quaestor weapons we have seen before. We are seekers of truth. Those who reject our judgment must be punished. Well, this is a creepy bunch of freaks. Who are these weirdos? They have the same mask as the Magista. These must be the masters. Correct. Furthermore, the power they wield, it is something gained from the old universe brought across the space-time. The old universe. What is that supposed to? The universe repeats a cycle of death and rebirth. That it's 000. That phenomenon too might be considered one form of its nature. However, with the power to control dimensions and with the power of margin, even this law can be overcome. That an enormous beast and the giant too were born of the old universe. The Quaestors have claimed that power for our own. You had even such weapons as that? Now that the pillars of light and the relics of AOS are unleashed, the dimensions around the Earth are unstable, which makes things like this possible. We are seekers of truth. Those who reject our judgment must be punished. They're kinda scary. Watch out, something about them is different from any enemy we have faced. Well then, masters, would you kindly stamp out this final hope of the inferior Earthlings? He ran. But if we're gonna catch him, we'll have to get through the masters. Then there is only one thing to do. We must fight. Man, up until a moment ago, it felt like we had this in the bag. Sure didn't expect this. This is awful. I can't stop shaking. I don't think it's just because of those weapons from the old universe or whatever. Maybe we are more affected by the Magister's words than we think. His conclusion that humanity are fools. I mean, he's got some point, I guess, but that doesn't mean we can roll over and let someone like him exterminate humanity. Yeah, I know. If we lose, it's all over. We have to force our way through this. All units commence attack on the masters. We have to get through them to reach the Magista. Just you wait, Magista. We'll wreck these things and then it's go time. Alright. Oh, 30,000 only? That's nothing. Brave. Nope, I'm not scared of ya. With my current crew, you guys are like nobody. Well, we managed to beat them, but can we really fight anymore? We are all exhausted. So you begin to understand your limitations. He came out himself. If you are here yourself, you must be sure you are going to win. Correct. There are more of them. This is insane. We can't fight more. Still, the Magista is right here. If we can just get a single shot off on him. Your obstinate nature makes you stubbornly reject the truth. Then you will never give up. Hope appeals to one's primal instinct, but from my perspective, it is simply the pinnacle of foolishness. You are wrong, Magista. They possess the determination to fight, to die for their beliefs, to hold fast to your own will. Abandon to no other. That is freedom. That is life. Carurium. I see. So that foolishness has sparked a change within you as well, has it? Someone who offers a counter to my word. You must have undergone a greater shock than I imagined. Magista, please listen to what I have to say. There is no need to. Now that you have lost your right to be part of the cloisters, you have no reason to be even exist. And that is my conclusion. That it is the truth. Why? Even as my heart rejects them, I find myself trying to obey your words. Magista, what am I? In the end, and what are you, Magista? Oh, well, Carurium, you were one of the cloisters, so I shall permit you in your final moments to touch upon the truth. The faces beneath the mask of the masters are indeed your own. Then I am... You understand now, you are not unique. Wait, those masters, they all have the same face? I'm one of the masters, and my life itself is something crafted? My memories and my mission were all implanted by the Magista? In the fine details, you're wrong, but it is close enough for your purposes. Instead, you and the Earthlings, for your dedicated resistance, they'll see the truth irrefutable of the Quaestors. What is that? This is the fruit of the Quaestor's knowledge. Its name is the Autumnfini. A truth irrefutable, which even the most foolish of people are forced to acknowledge, in other words, an executor of absolute power. So basically, it's the Quaestor's ultimate power, weapon, correct. With the power of the Autumnfini and the true Earth, I shall exterminate all of humanity. The true Earth. Allow me to show you. What is that? It's Earth. It's our Earth, isn't it? That's not a mobile fortress, it's a miniature Earth. It's just a miniature for now. However, by pouring the high-dimensional energy that sufficient subspace into it, I can transform this Earth I have created into something exactly the same as the original. The hell did you say? Then all that remains is to replace your Earth with my Earth. After that, your Earth will disintegrate in the space between dimensions, and a new beautiful planet where no Earthlings exist shall be born. The new people I have created will build an ideal culture upon that planet. A shame, Carudium, you were to be the king of that planet. I am a craft in life. Get a hold of yourself, Carudium. The circumstances of your birth do not matter. Yeah, people's lives don't belong to the person who made it. It belongs to the person whose life it is. You joined up with us and you still don't get it? If you are not just his doll, but a person with their own heart, you can still fight it. How you were born isn't what matters. How you live, that's what matters. Records. The only decision left is one you gotta make. Do you obey your creator, or do you turn against the man who thinks you are just a puppet? I'm the same as all of you. I'll oppose anyone who would deny my existence with all my strength. Hell yeah! Now that sounds like the words of a member of the Drakkars. I'm part of the Drakkars. Well, Mitsuba agreed to bring you on. Guess that's just how it is. Thank you, Edge. I'll fight. So as not to shame that title. Your struggles are worthless. All resistance is dust before the Autumnfini. That sounds like a grand villain's line, but claims like those exist to be disproven. Now we will show you, with all the power we have. Target the enemy's ultimate weapon. We will dedicate the full force of the Drakkars to defeating the enemy leader. I will tell you once again, your struggles are worthless. We reject your word and you yourself. Here we come, Magista. We are ending your precious super weapon and your make-believe Earth with it. Damn, you can hit pretty far. Oh, doing a double, huh? Alright, thank you, Edge. Thank you, Eddie. Ooh. 7,000, that's crazy. Let's not take a risk. Thank you, Edge. Alright, let's take care of 2 down below. It's not that powerful. Let's just roll the cheer. Alright. He's very strong. Is that really all you can do, Dracus? What a joke, I'm pretty sure you're only at half your endurance. As you are very foolish and likely still don't understand. I'll say it one more time. Your struggles are meaningless. You've got to be kidding me. He's regenerating all the damage we dealt. You monster, what are you, invincible? Yes, that's correct. The ultimate fini is the truth. Irrefutable. In other words, it cannot be broken by any means. Captain, hold your head high, Mitsuba. There is no such thing as the absolute, the irrefutable. Even I, his creation, changed because of my encounters with you. This proves the truth that the Quaestor claim cannot be absolute. You're right, you're absolutely right. Thank you, Carurium. Your words cleared my vision. Not at all. What I did was a small thing compared to what you have taught me. You have said far too much, Carurium. Magister, you have lied to me and to the Earthlings. You claim that you arrived at the truth by debating with the Masters. But if the Masters and I are your creations, then the Quaestors are just an organization created by you alone, not... Are they not? It was not always so. Master, Magister. When the Quaestor were born, which is to say when the divine civilization AOS was defeated, I had many I called comrade. Sorry guys. But they were foolish, inferior beings, unworthy of claiming to be seekers of truth. You didn't. You slew your own people yourself. Sadly, they all lacked in every quality needed to be my comrades. To rule a world with no gods, I had to reset the whole of the cloisters. How dare you speak of ruling the world? So basically, you are just yet another dictator. You monitor other civilizations because you fear your own position being threatened. Dictatorship. I suppose my rule might seem as such to those who cannot comprehend the truth. But you, of all human, must know all people seek to rule others. The angel halo, the claw, Ham's pipe, no matter how vaulted your ideals, no matter what words you try to use, in the end, all try to force others to obey their will. So I needed first to create those who would serve as my tools, which was the masters and us. Indeed, a being who needs no will, no right, no freedom, that is what all of you are. For the cloisters must be only one person. Why would you ever do this? To rule all of the universe, one must force others to be ruled. But when a group forces another group into servitude, it is done for the benefit of the former, a purely self-serving act, which is why I chose to be an individual, that I might be an executor of the pure justice that is the truth. I'm no god, I'm merely the one and only to reach this point. My will itself is the truth, and thus it is my will which decides all things. Allow me to reiterate, I make no claim to be a god, I am simply a seeker and achiever of the truth. Simply calling that dictatorial and trying to file it away without understanding, that is a great obstacle on the path to truth. Therefore, all who would serve the cloister must move exactly according to my own individual will. That's totally crazy. Darn right, even a kid can see through it. A life belongs to itself from the moment it was born. Being the creator doesn't mean you get to do whatever you want with your creations. That's wrong. I see. Certainly you have defeated and denied the many who thought something similar. But I'm unlike them. Behold the proof. He took his mask off. Behold, now this is my face. What? He's got the same face as Carudium. What are you playing at? No. So, is he Carudium's dad? No, he must have. Now I shall tell you the whole answer, Carudium. You are my clone. A clone? Naturally, the masters and cloisters are as well. The masters assist me and serve as spare organ sources, while the cloisters are enhanced to serve as the combat team. Meanwhile, you would copy the flying league enough to inherit even my thought processes, as you would be king of the planet I was to oversee. Either way though, you are both made from my genes. In other words, you are me. So the cloisters, as I said, the cloisters must be only one person. I myself am the entirety of the cloisters. In other words, I am the cloister. The cloister. All our battles, they have been planned out solely by the will of one man. What in the... I don't even know how to describe how awful this feels. I'm a copy of this person. Carudium. You are the first puppet to ever obtain a will of their own in the history of the cloisters. I will eliminate you to prove the correctness of my truth. With the truth irrefutable that rules our universe, power itself. Carudium! Don't worry, Edge. This was still part of my plan. I thought calling him a liar might disturb his emotional state, but it seems I was more right than I thought. Carudium, I see now that I truly must be his copy. That's why I know so clearly how he thinks. But it is that very thing that gives me the chance to win. That true Earth is being created by the high-dimensional energies here in subspace, and you use that very power to regenerate the Altafini, Carurium. You manifest this true Earth to make your victory absolute, and to make a point about your absolute power. But now that I understand the system, it also means you have exposed your weakness. What? I will use everything I have to destroy this false Earth. Wait, Carurium. Edge, this is the life I have chosen. I regret nothing. I was only able to find my own truth because I met all of you. Thank you, Dracus. I hope for your victory. Behold, Cloister, this is my freedom. Ooh. The miniature Earth. It's returning to its original state. Oh, Carurium. A worthless act. I can simply remake the truth Earth. Even lacking its regeneration and ability, the Altafini. Shut the hell up, you monster. Magista, no, screw that, Cloister. You're a dead man walking. You sympathize with Carurium to choose to side with a puppet, and one who was your enemy. Is truly the epitome of foolishness. So what? In his own way, he wanted to live his own life, and you just... He was the same as us, a bird desperate to fly by his own wings. You think, damn it. You're not gonna copyright strike me, right? You think you get to crush him just because you freaking failed like that? He is only the only one. He is not the only one. Everyone on Earth is desperate to live just like he was. You and Carurium have both gone far past any point of forgiveness. Further, to think you would choose to oppose me after witnessing the Altafini's power is the epitome of foolishness. Yeah, sure, you're right, it is. None of us are as smart as you. But here, now, we can meet you with the truth irrefutable you love. Contest of power. Cloister, we'll scrap that machine you are relying on, as well as your warped will. So with no way to return, you choose to cast aside your lives in one last strike on me? We knew we couldn't go back. We are here to do what we have to anyway, to defeat you and save the world. Foolishness, you think you can match power with me, the ruler of the whole universe? This Altafini is the true, irrefutable that destroyed even the final weapon of AOS. With the dimensions warped by the pillars of light, the energy it can draw from that gives it essentially unlimited power. So, yes, the Altafini is the margin of my civilization, the Cloister's margin. You have earned a reward for coming this far. I shall tell you why I ignored the pillars of light that served as an entry to subspace. Firstly, it was to see how far you Earthlings were capable of reaching. But at the same time, I knew that even if you unlocked the pillars of light and came to subspace, that would be where you met your end. Finally, it was so that I could force you to acknowledge the bitter truth of before you, using the full power of the Altafini. In other words, the pillars of light are warping the dimensions to feed power to your big pile of trash. Now that's really nice to hear, so if we can take you down, the dimensional warping will end too. If you can, the Altafini Its absolute power, as I said, a truth irrefutable. We will refute your irrefutability. Yeah, I figured that's what it will take to teach a shut-in like you, who cares only for himself, that you're wrong. I'm wrong? I'm the ruler of the universe, the seeker of truth, and you claim I'm wrong? You are truly well past the point of no return, Earthlings, as I feared. You must be exterminated. You shall be beaten into absolute submission, and the broken wreckage you left behind shall show all other Earthlings that their hope is gone. It seems that Carudian was right. Your emotionless mask is cracking now that you have been denied. Then come and do it, if you can. No matter how great a power you have, you are alone. You can't think you can beat our combined strength. Get over here, Cloister. I can't wait to finish this. We will teach you that everything you have done is one grand mistake. With all of our power together, farewell, Dracus. The truth irrefutable will be beaten into your skulls. Mitsuba, this is the true final battle. The Dracus will commit its full force to destroying the Cloister. Everyone, strike together. Here we come, Cloister. We are not losing to someone who has never really understood any kind of real truth. I couldn't care less about all this demon story gibberish you spout. Just fight me already. Good, because I have no interest in talking to someone who cannot heed my words. Not like your words mean much when you are relying on force. This is simply the most effective means to bring a foolish civilization like yours to the truth. Now that's some real villain logic. And good, makes it easy for us to do our thing. A monster like you must not be allowed to have his way with the world, the comrade, loved so dearly. To protect it, we will give everything we have to oppose you. Then you will pay the cost of your idiocy with your lives. You just can't stop calling us idiots and fools over and over again, can you? You remind me that jerk. Enough with the talking already, or are you running your mouth because you are too scared to fight? You'll never shut up neither, do you? Whatever, just you watch. Here I come, Cloister. I'm Van of the Dracus. And from the depth of my heart, I hate people like you. Emerald Ray, you bear the butter of evolution within you, and yet you will end without ever seeing it come to fruition. I'll be the judge of that. I'm not going to simply accept your judgment. Awakening too soon can be the cause of great suffering. Have you not suffered greatly yourself in learning that lesson? But both I and all of humanity have the power to overcome that. Any fool who doesn't believe that has no place among humanity. Neither I nor my comrade have yet lost hope for us all. That's why I will fight you, because I believe the future still lies ahead. We have been fighting a war with the Cloisters this whole time, and it turned out to be just one nerd. All I have done, I've done to seek the truth. You are a very lonely man. I mean, say you find your ultimate truth. Wouldn't it suck not to have anyone to celebrate with? You were originally part of a whole group of Cloisters working to find that truth, were you not? All past and gone. All I do now, I do to spread the truth I have arrived at across the galaxy. For someone who is so smart, you're pretty bad at missing the damn point. What you're doing isn't sharing truth, it's forcing your own twisted ideas down other people's throats. If you deny my truth, then you have no right to exist. Then you will fight you in order to keep existing. You ask for it, Cloister. This is the final battle, let's do this. This is it, Utah. This is the last battle. I got it, Gridman. Let's give it all we have got. Hyper Agent, I'll teach you that you were wrong to lend this world your aid. Wait, he knows about Gridman. Makes sense for the great emperor of evil. And now that's an enemy worth facing. None of you can understand. I know means to pass through the boundaries between dimensions and have gained the knowledge of realms far beyond this one. And to monopolize that, you fear other civilization gaining the power of margin. Ridiculous. In the end, you are just a small, pathetic person who cares for nothing but yourself. Whoa, that's pretty high up on the lame scale. I mean, I'm definitely not one to talk, but you know, just putting that one out there. Then come on, Gridman, let's teach Cloister a lesson. Let's show him that accepting others is how you broaden the horizon of your world. Indeed, Utah, just as it was my encounters with my comrade in this world that let me become stronger. Now is the time to use that power to protect everything. That's Hyper Agent Gridman's duty. You think a seeker of truth would be some kind of genius, but he is not really that smart at all. The truth I have spent my eternity to realize will not be swayed by the blundering of a child. If you have stopped listening to people, you can't grow anymore. Yeah, if you think you're right about everything and everyone else is dumb, you can't evolve anymore. Your evolution. The process by which organisms advance into the future. See, you know what it is. Now admit you were wrong and think about the mistakes you have made. Unnecessary. I'm Cloister, the seeker of truth. Hayato, he is not listening to anything anyone says. Then we'll have to fight. We have got our own stuff at stake. Here we come, Cloister. Our Pink Alliance are rolling full speed ahead to end this war. Now we have got you on the back foot, the villain. It's time to end your evil. Know your place, Earthling. You're not even worthy to face me and ultimately. I know my comrades are and what I care about, which is something you don't. I'm not gonna lose. Yeah, you tell him. Hyoma. Let's show this guy what we can do. The strength of 5 coming together as one. There's no enemy in the world that can match a combat of 5. Hyoma, take our power. Let's go, everyone. Time for us to all together to go grasp the V of victory. Prepare for the wars, the Cloister. This is Bella V. Surely you must realize how monstrous the Earthlings truly are. Surely you see that Earthlings require someone able to hand down judgment upon them with an objective perspective of the whole. I don't think you have the right or the power to be that judge. I'm the one who defeated AOS and the wielder of the Ultimate Fini. The truth is irrefutable. This world may be filled with pain and sadness, but we're alive and we're here to find something within all of that. Then be gone. I judge you to be unneeded in this universe. But even so, Rita, Michelle, it's time for me to be a bird. To spread my wings to protect everything. Cloister, if you have really abandoned your humanity, this is as far as you go. My purpose is to guide the universe on a better path. You are from another universe entirely. You have no say in this matter. And you call yourself a seeker of truth. We are fighting for the unshakable truth that we believe in. If you can't comprehend something that simple, you have no chance against us. An unshakable truth, and what would you claim that to be? That we fight for peace and freedom alongside those we love. That's what we call justice. Justice, a subjective concept that varies between individuals, partly unshakable. Then let's take out your justice and our justice and see which one cracks first. Here's a hint. It's not going to be the one that goes around taking lives based on one egomaniac's own stupid logic. Truly born solely for battle, you are a perfect example of sacrifices caused by the foolishness of Earthlings. Don't you stamp us with that label. We are fighting because we want to be heroes. How many times do we have to say this? That's just you, Isuru. Scoopy doopy poopy hoopy. If you have got time to spit catchphrases, then spend that time kicking his butt. Right up until the end, we are just a storm of gags. All of them. They stand here gazing up on me, and yet they show no fear at all. Trust me, boss, I totally get what you mean, but that's our strength. We will never understand. You will never understand it because you don't have a single friend. Everyone is here with me, so I can fight. Everyone is here with me, so I'm gonna win. Here we go, Cloister, we're taking you down and we're all gonna be heroes. Again, that's just you. Oh, damn. Sorry, guys. Uh-oh. Map weapon, Luckily, I used the roadie cheer. Oh, it could hurt pretty badly. Wow, 3. This is our last fight. Come on, all of you. Tim's right. If we lose all the battles we have fought until now, we're for nothing. Never thought we would end up in a place like this. Still, here we are. So we gotta see this through. One last job for the sake of the earth. Time to open a battle for the young. You would die pointlessly, truly. The choice of fools. We are ready to die if that's what it takes, but it sure won't be pointlessly. Give it to him. Show him just how strong Earthlings are. Wielder of an AOS or relic, admit your crimes and repent your foolishness. All hands do not waste a moment listening to Cloister's words. What matters is not how we are born, but how we live, and the same is true for our ship. The Dredge Treasure has the power to protect the Earth, and as its crew, we will fulfill that mission. All hands, it's time to make our stand. This is the final battle. Fire all guns, target. Cloister's the ultimate finish. We'll use the full power of the Dredge Treasure to bring this battle to its conclusion. We are finally at the climax. My Ikaruga is just as worked up as I am. Our enemy, an evil ruler who stands atop of the whole universe, slinging self-righteous ideals, but he still relies on the power. In the end, it's just like a true last boss. The righteous robot regiment and my Ikaruga are all here, facing this great evil. But how will the battle end? Despite this being the last battle, Ernest sure is acting the same as always. What are you saying? Ernest is shining brighter, more beautifully than ever before. Who are you? Sorry guys. You who have gone beyond the laws of your dimension learn now that you are not permitted to even exist. I don't need someone else's permission to live my life. I'll live as my desires command, to enjoy everything this world has to offer. Sounds good, Ernesty. Now show him the power of your Ikaruga that you put everything into. Let's finally test it. And Cloister, time to see which is stronger, your truth or my love for robot. But I'm going to win because my love for robot is a power greater than anything in the multiverse. Cloister, we are going to beat you and end to this whole thing. Soldier of AOS. In this world, without your masters, still you fight on, enslaved to the subjugation wave. I fight by my own damn will, thank you. AOS and Archidesia have nothing to do with this. But as a life form, there is no point to this battle. Even if you should somehow claim victory, you will still simply waste away in this space. No matter the result of your actions, your death is inevitable. What meaning is there in fighting? There's plenty. If we win, that means that we protect the peace and freedom of Earth. If you think it's foolish to put my life on the line for someone else's sake, then I'm pretty okay with being a fool. I cannot even comprehend your thinking. I'll be honest that even I'm surprised that not that long ago, doing anything for someone else's sake, I never think to do that. But I met Mitsuba. I fought alongside the drag cruiser. I found a reason to be alive. So I can't lose, not to someone like you, who doesn't know the meaning of our world. You dare say that I'm ignorant? If nothing else, you sure aren't absolute. I can teach you that much for sure. Here I come, Oyster. I'll put it all on the line to put you down. This is absurd. How can I, the seeker of truth, be meeting defeat? I thought that would be really easy for you. It's because you're weaker than us. Victory does not always go to the person who is the most right. But still, we can't lose to you. Not if we are going to hold up what we believe to be just. What will it take for you to understand that all you have done has been for nothing? Earthlings will never change, given a moment's peace. They will up again for war. You are doomed to destroy one another. Maybe, but we can still have hope. This may be it for us, but there will always be people who stand and fight for freedom and peace for all. My crew and I believe that eventually that cycle will lead our people to the truth. I reject this. I'm he who has reached the truth. I'm the one who knows all things. Oyster, you haven't reached any kind of truth. You simply decided that you are the truth, and that being such gives you the right to control anyone who disagrees with you by force. Be silent. You are an ignorant vermin that can string a few words together. Stop embarrassing yourself, Oyster. You lost to us in the contest of strength. The truth is irrefutable. You believe so strongly in. Silence, soldier of AOS. You're right, I used to be the kind of person who knew nothing but battle. But you know what? I met Mitsuba and fought with the Dragons. Thanks to all that, I learned things that you know nothing of. What is it that I do not know? Life, everything that lives in the universe. That is the truth. That's the conclusion I have come to. Life is truth? The love and dreams that suffuse this world, the friendship and bonds shared, the comrade. Hope and wishes held for the future. I would say it all sounds so hackneyed coming out of my mouth, but in the end, we knew we were not going to lose to somebody who would never know of any of this. How can someone who doesn't love the world even have the power over it? I knew nothing. Nah, you knew. But maybe you just forgot. If you still had those people who built the cloisters with by your side, you probably wouldn't have forgotten. If you were still the person who won the freedom from the ignorant, arrogant idiots of AOS, but in your self-absorbed confidence, you chose to be a dictator, to be alone. That was where you went wrong, perhaps. And I kind of wonder, haven't you always regretted? Somewhere deep inside, I think that's why Karudian was always looking for the same thing. Look at me. The flirty drifter giving a serious lecture, cramping my own image. We knew, Edge, that you carried some heavy burden. That's what makes you strong. Be proud, Edge. Oyster, as one of the Earthlings you were trying to pass down judgment on, I want to tell you something. I hate to admit it, but you may be correct and we may be a very foolish civilization, but none of us think our civilization should remain as it is now. We Earthlings will surpass you and move on because we believe in the future. Something that something that lies beyond my truth. Yes, we will move on towards that. Even if we have to take it slowly, step by step, we will do what we can, the best we can. What you can, you simple fools who would dare reject me, you are beyond self. You are beyond salvation. Oh, Dracus, you will be punished for this. What is it? The pillars of light have made the space-time around the Earth unstable. Now, by touching upon my old universe, weapons made in that world have found their way in. Dracus, all Earthlings, your battles will never end. Wow, what? Earthlings, if this is the truth beyond the answer I reached, show me to me. That is my last wish, as one who spent his life seeking the truth. We have confirmed our location. We're in the space near Earth. That means we came back. The cloister must have sent us back to normal space. It did. That self-centered intellectual wannabe, they probably just messed up on trying to send us to the outer reaches of the universe, right? That meant perhaps in his last moment he truly began to doubt the truth he found. Because of Captain Mitsuba's words, so he sent us back so we could show what lies beyond. Doesn't matter to me either way. Edge, maybe that's the truth, or maybe it's not. Either way, it's over now. We don't have time to waste worrying about all of that. Isn't that right, Carudium? You're absolutely right, Edge. That maniac sure spat some crazy threat at the end there. Weapons from the old universe. So those crystal giant and enormous beast-like things are coming. Don't start cowering now. We are the Dracus, we protect freedom and peace. If there's more threats left to endanger what we have protected, then we will fight once more. Yeah, that's our mission. Looks like the fight isn't over. Guess it will be a while until I finally have some free time. Still, it can't be too far in the future. Yeah, as long as we all work together. Mitsuba, get us motivated, huh? As of this moment, I would like to confirm the success of our operation and thank you all for your valiant effort. At the same time, as the leader of Dracus, I would also like to thank all the people who believed in us. All units, return to the ship and we will go back to Earth to the people waiting for us. Then we will fight for the truth that we have found. For the future we must grasp. Thank you everyone. Thank you to all the people who believed in us. And thank you, Drax Treasure. We'll fight for the future we believed in under the flag of the Dracus. Well done, everyone. We have defeated the cloisters and protect the people of Earth. And managing to make it back on top of that, I would call that a miraculous victory. All thanks to the efforts of everyone in the Dracus. Well done indeed, all of you. But Cloister's last words, weapons from the old universe are coming to our world. Come on, Mitsuba, keep your head on straight. Edge, we are the Dracus, right? If there's enemies coming, we meet them head on. Heck yeah, bring whatever it is on. We are not gonna lose. You're sure eager for this, Yuma. Oh, don't mind you being so excited, but read the room a little, huh? We finally made it home, but now... Exactly. We thought we scored our final victory, but now we have got to keep fighting. What's with all of you? As long as there's a threat, the peace of battle never ends. I'm shocked to hear that from you, Yuma. You have grown a lot from the whiny boy who complained about everything. Yes, even Yuma had to grow up eventually. And there it is, the veterans getting all high and mighty with the young pilots like always. Maybe you old foggies ought to leave this next battle to us kids and retire. Yeah, see what's the next generation's got. Not a chance. I'll be in the saddle my whole life. You want to make us retire, then you will have to build a lasting war piece so we are out of job. For sure, then we need to get there as soon as possible. Let's do it, everyone, so the old grumpy guys can take it nice and easy. We'll all do it together, Huma. You still got us. Fine, whatever. I guess I'm along for the ride. Okay, combined, okay. Brain waves are all in perfect sync. I'm happy to see young stars rising, but it seems we're now the old man of the team. On top of which, you are gonna be a dad soon, Tetsuya. Man, time sure does fly. Don't let Tetsuya show you up, master. Yeah, sure, yeah. I'll be catching up on that later. Come on, Koji, show some spirit. I'll come to the wedding at least. As for these spunky kids, you'll let the Gather team be the demon instructions to get them into shape. Man, we keep telling you to retire because you do stuff like that. Trust me. We would love to if we could get a chance. I've got so much I would like to do. Right, Amuro? Absolutely. I really rather my whole life not be spent fighting. I 100% sure agree with you there, Lieutenant. Thank you, Chan. Having you say that makes the goal feel a little closer. What will you do when things are properly over, Lieutenant? Honestly, the idea of conflict ever being truly gone from this world might be a fantasy, but I will keep being cordial. But Gina, doing what I can to bring this world closer to that fantasy. Well, you might need some help with that. I'll be here if you need me, at least for a while. What about you, Camille? Any thoughts about what comes after for you? No, nothing comes to mind, not for now. So far. Would you help me think about it? Camille. It's nice seeing young people with a future ahead of them. It's the job of adults to protect the future of the younger generation. I thought the same, and I tried to build the future in my own way. But ultimately, after my despair drove me to cut ties with you and Camille, I became no different from Cloister. Charles, Esnable, Esnable is that no one should care about the Red Comet anymore. He's just another relic of the past. I'm glad to have you here, Quadro. Thank you, Amuro. I will do everything I can to help the next generation. That sounds good. I think that's what she wants too. What about you? What's your plan? I will continue accompanying your group. The fact that the Phoenix is still here means that my battle isn't over yet either, I suspect. So in other words, the world is still in danger. So that's why the Phoenix why she stands ready to lend us her strength. If that's true, then we need to do what we can to protect the future too. Are you sure you're okay with that? One misstep and you could end up doing something like the Neo Xeon was gonna do. Power isn't evil. What matters is using power for the right purposes. Someday humanity will reach that point, I'm sure. Thank you. You're saying that gives me some hope. You are being noisier than usual, Gridman. Whoa, didn't think you would do something like this to get involved just because we don't have junk here. It's fine, Usumi. Even Gridman wants to enjoy the moment, I'm sure. We claim this victory together. After all, Gridman's got a right to celebrate with everyone too. Yeah, this victory belongs to all of us. All our pain and sweat has been rewarded. I don't know, you didn't seem to be trying that hard if you ask me. Usumi, Rika, and Yuta, we were able to complete our duty as hyper agents because all of us came together for this. I'm proud to have met you and the Drag Cruiser, and to have fought as part of it. Man, I'm all embarrassed. I mean, all I did was get really hyped. Come on. What are you saying, Osumi? You were the one who founded the Gridman Alliance. Yeah, we have got just as much to be proud of as anyone. Right? And Akane, you're really including me? You bet we are, but you're gonna have to stick around a little longer to help out our world. You bet. I'm really happy for you, Shinjo. Sounds like that's the story. We're gonna be sticking together. Gridman. Glad to hear it. We'll never stop doing what we can, right, Gridman? Cool, right until the end, and now that's what a hero is like. You have made a hero of yourself too, don't you think, Isuru? No way, not yet. Compared to you, Gridman, I'm... but that's why I've just gotten keep trying. I'm gonna be an amazing hero. That passion will bring you to still greater heights. Gridman, don't go encouraging her. You thoughtless jerk. Nothing good comes from getting Isuru all puffed up. And it's even worse for those of us who have to try to keep up with him. Pride comes before the fall, and there's a long way to go down in space. If you want to do something, then use that fixer beam of yours to fix my stomach. A full spectrum of snark. Amazing! They even laid a hero low with that. The rabbit's teamwork is something else, huh? Well, Isuru, you are their leader, so you make sure you keep them all in line, okay? You bet, Randy. Be decisive. Don't give up and believe in your friends. I will do it just like you said. The pilots are all being raring to go like this makes us want to keep up too. We are counting on you, Isuru. Don't forget we are here for you too, Isuru. The hero set forth striding into history with his boon comrade. Thank you, everyone. If I'm any kind of hero, I owe it all to you. Oh god, he's inflating like a blimp. It's all of us that made you a hero, Isuru. Which doesn't even make you a half of a hero. More like 1/6 of a hero. Not even. You need all the Dracula's, so you are not even 1/100th of a hero. Basically, if you want to call yourself a hero, you gotta work 100 times as hard. Got it, I'll do it, bro. Whoa, he just took that whole barrage of the snark seriously. You have really grown, Isuru. You really think so? Your will, and the will of the Dracula's, this unbreakable will drive back the threat of the Waglu. You have become so strong, Isuru. Thank you so much, Theoria. Hey, don't worry so much, okay? I mean, Theoria is Isuru's mom, right? I wasn't. Oh, I see. So even the tight-knit rabbit have some drama, huh? Must be nice on a mixed gender team. Especially now that Captain Oliver belongs to Marbet. Cut it out. You all getting jealous is pretty embarrassing. Actually, now is a good time. Why don't we change up the strike team? Yeah, maybe we could get a guy in as a new member. Well, I don't really want that some weird creeper who would just join to try to hit on us. Don't you worry, I think we know our candidate. Yeah, I don't have a problem with him. Well, sounds like the things are settled. So what do you think, Uso? Wait, me? Don't want to? I mean, I really like all of you in the strike team. It's just... Uso wants to get back to Casa Aurelia as soon as possible, I'm sure. That's where Uso and Shakti lived, right? Oh yeah, the League Militia was always just a temporary thing for Uso, wasn't it? I'm really sorry. You don't need to feel sorry for a thing. Actually, I'm relieved that you have a plan for the future, honestly. Well then, guess we'll just have to get Othello and Tomache. I'll have to refuse. I'll hate to join just to be that weight. I'll pass too. Oh, don't you worry, we are not going to give you trouble. You have got Alicia after all. Hey, oh, not there, not here. Wait, really? Alicia? I'm not part of this. That reaction, I think she might be interested in him. Hey, Uso, can we come to Casa Aurelia with you? Of course, Susie, Othello, Warren, Carr, and everyone from Highland also. I'd love to have Oliver and Marbet and the whole Shrek team be there too, so we can all be together. Uso, that's why, Shakti, please wait for me a little longer. Once this battle is really over, we can all go home to Casa Aurelia together. I'll be waiting for that day, but I'm not leaving you alone, Uso. So it was that one hope that let Uso fight this far. Katajina, I'm alright, Chronicle. I'm not the person I used to be anymore. That's right, I'm no longer the pampered little Katajina Luz from Woolwig anymore. So Uso, once this is all over, I will make sure none of you have to see me again. Your Casa Aurelia sounds like a wonderful place, Uso. We should visit there sometime. Oh, certainly. Once the fighting is over, we can go anywhere in the world we want. Once that happens, I want to show Lantis all kinds of places. Hikaru, we came all the way from Sephiroth to our world. I want to show you all the fun things about it, rather than having you just come here to fight. Not just you, Lantis, but Eagle and Cliff and everyone too. Hikaru. But they are all... I'm sorry, you're all done fighting, right? Since the cloisters are defeated. Lantis, we'll keep fighting, so you all should go back to Sephiroth, and I can't do it. Why wouldn't? Hikaru, your battle is my battle. Lantis is right, we are here for you, Hikaru. The immediate danger may have passed, but the world still dearly needs stability. Until everything is properly settled, we will fight alongside you. Naturally, we shall be there to accompany you as well. And I will help as well, Lady Asuka. Life is a journey, not a destination. Actions speak louder than words. We're already on board for this. No way we are leaving before the end. Boo-boo. Everyone's hearts are one. With this feeling, this power, we can overcome any challenge, I'm sure. Thank you. We'll use everyone's strength to protect the world. Yeah, you just count on us. Yao. The Pentagon cruise here for you too, of course. Thank you. Once this is over, I can't wait to show you all over our world. Now just a second, Kaya. Don't you go making promises for all of us because you want to act cool. I'm just expressing the opinion of our great leader, Daba Myroad, right, Daba? Yeah, honestly, I was about to say the same thing. Lacey, did you feel differently? No way. Not at all. My heart's with you forever, Daba. Granted. We have come this far, I won't deny I would like to see it all to the proper and as part of the drag cruise. Then it's settled that we will fight together with the whole group. We will pay them back for all the help they gave us, and also do what we can as fellow people living in the same world. Very well, Daba, I'll follow your decision as well. Well, even Naze is willing to follow Daba, and after she was betrayed by Giwaza. And well, what a shame. It will take time to prepare for a journey to Zvit, so I will accompany you as well until then. Thank you, Gable. Oh, you have nothing to fear, Guazen Olibi. Your Gable would gladly jump into the raging inferno, the depths of the ocean for you. You're seriously never gonna give that up, are you? You seem really happy about this, Kaio. Sure, I can't just look the other way when some new enemies come in, right? Besides, we have spent all our time here so far fighting. Gotta find a chance to have some, good times too, right? Kyle, I should have known. Of course, I thought you seemed awfully worked up. and that will explain it. I know, Kyle, I understand you entirely. Oh, good. We certainly needed someone to make this conversation harder to follow. You are a mechanic, Kyle, so I'm sure you're hardly done messing around with the Draco's robots. And if the war wages on, there might be new weapons to see. On top of which, we might see exciting new robots from this other dimension. If that happens, Ernie, I appreciate that you're excited, but I'm mostly talking about the girls. Yes, female robots, of course, is made famous by the Venus A. If I can ever get a look at the real thing, I'm eager to take a chance to redesign the Zen dog, to have a more feminine silhouette. Ernie, you do remember me, right? I pilot the Zen doll too. Wait, from what you're saying, Ernie, you're gonna stick around in this world? I plan on it, yes, Eddie. You and everyone else can head back to Fremen Villa ahead of me. No way, not a chance. I'm not leaving your side, Ernie, not ever. Eddie is not the only one. What kind of a second in command would I be if I left my leader alone? You are not the only one who wants to expand their horizon. Earnesty. And not to sound like Kyle, but I would definitely like the chance to see more of this world. Then it seems that we from Vermifiller will continue assisting the Dracos. I kinda suspected things might turn out that way. Give it up, given our silver-haired boy's robot soul, we could have seen this coming a mile away. Princess Eleonora. Given the situation, if you wish to depart for home, then do not concern yourself with me. I'm enjoying all this myself. You have grown much stronger, Eleonora. I can hardly believe you once quivered in fear of Zalaudak. You are quite ready to guide Cuthbert now, I think. Well then, Sir Ernesty, your orders. The Order of the Silver Phoenix will continue to escort Princess Eleonora and will remain with His Highness Emrys as we aided the Dracos. Understood. Let's give it all we have got, Ernie. That's nice. Deckard, we're still gonna see Ernie around. I won't deny he is a reliable ally, but the light we see in his eyes sometimes feels like something that goes beyond the norm. Well, if Duke's concerned, that puts it at around the level of a misdemeanor. Now, don't say things like that. They are our friends fighting together with us. Roger that, we swear we will fight with all of them, for peace and freedom. Still, the battles continue even after the defeat of the Cloister Sun. I hate to admit it, but maybe the Hygesians had a point. What? You really think the Earth's gonna get ruined? Just like they said? Aren't we here to put a stop to that from ever happening? Indeed we are. Just as Tiny Boss said to them, we must confront that problem with our own power. And we'll keep moving forward little by little, towards the goal we have always sought. A peaceful society, one without crime. Well said, you really are brave. Thank you, Grandpa Eldora. We can't let these whippersnappers show us up. We have still got to be an example to Goji and Ryoma and all the rest. Still, we can relax a bit. I'm getting pretty tired. You did great, Carlos. Well, I guess the old Eldora crew are still motivated. What are you going to do, Van? Me? Easy, I'm Van of the Dracos. Oh yeah, oh good. I was half worried you'd go all my battle has ended and leave for something. Right, like he's got some place to go. He knows he gets his meals free as long as he sticks around, right? Ray, what will you do? I'm the same. I have no place to go, which means I may as well. Try to help out this world of Shinno. I love the however I can. Oh please, how about you go someplace nice like anywhere else? You know what? Same to you. Unbearable right up to the end. Enough. Stop ruining everyone's motivation, okay? That's right, man. You are fighting for peace for the world, so don't fight with your comrade. I don't remember ever becoming this guy's comrade. Van. Yeah, okay, sorry, I went too far. It seems the van is putty in your sister's hands. Michael, why can't you take the chance to share this victory with your sister? Wendy and I walk different paths now. I'm not going to look in to befriend the ones responsible for the comrade's death. Yeah, right, of course. Well then, we'll walk our path. Our own path. Oh. Towards the world the comrade wanted. Everyone is going to fight for the future we want to see, so will we. As long as there is a battlefield, soldiers will be there, fighting, setting their souls ablaze. Of course, the world where people like us have nothing to do will be pretty mean. We just have to keep fighting until we reach that world. That's our final goal. Yeah, you bet. After all, if the fighting never stops, we are never gonna go past being engaged. Don't worry about me, Kay. I can wait as long as it takes. No way, waiting is for suckers. You have to seize happiness with your own two hands. Yeah. Well, you do your best, Hinoki Keita. Thank you, Hana. I hope you have got some advice on married life for us as the experienced one here. You bet. And of course, we have got to make sure Ikumi here can have an important person in his life someday too. Well, I suppose. Kaito. Naturally, I will do everything I can for Kaito's big day too. Thank you, Aloy. Hello? Thank you. Humanity's victory was all thanks to you. Everything we did was for the sake of the future of this Somnium. Still, it needs to be said, thank you, Batman. Lamia. I wonder what they're going to do now. Well, it doesn't seem like they're going to leave the Dry Cruise, so I suppose that means that the danger to humanity hasn't passed. So we have to fight too. Mikoto. Yeah, for the world, for our future. We will, because that's our duty of a brave. The future. The Louch. I know, I have no right to use that word. No way, Nalouch, you fought for the world like everyone else. Thank you, Callan. This, however, is an indisputable truth. I'm one whose life has already ended. I am, in a sense, just a momentary guest in this world. Still, I wish to do everything I can until the very moment this life of mine that could disappear any moment finally ends. Lalouch, I will be by your side until that happens. As will I, Lalouch. You are not alone. As it happens, I don't actually mind you getting me involved in your schemes. Is that so? It sure is. Thank you, all of you. Until the time comes, I promise I will fight with you. Lalouch. Thank you, Lalouch. I owe you those words. Thank you, more than anyone. Captain, we have received an urgent communication from the Federation Forces headquarters. What happened? Moment ago, unknown mobile weapons appeared across the globe. Local units on all fronts have entered combat with these enemies. What? Unknown mobile weapons appearing across the entirety of Earth simultaneously. Weapons from the old universe crossing the boundaries of the dimensions to attack us. Enemies from beyond the dimensional veil. If we can figure out how they were transported, we may be able to devise a way to return home. All while fighting for peace. That's 2 for the price of 1. We never did figure out what that voice I heard was when we were brought here. I hope one of these battles give us an answer at some point. The EFF has named these unknowns Entrangers, and is currently preparing the plan to respond. The Dread Crews will continue to support our friends as an autonomous corps according to our orders. Seriously, I didn't think the enemy would come so quickly. Oh goodness, and not even a moment to catch a breath. Huh. But I've got to do it. Yeah. Come on, Mitsuba. As long as you're here, I can keep fighting. Thank you, Edge. I feel the same. Like I can't do anything as long as you are here for me. All hands set condition 2 throughout the ship. The Dread Crews will commence its next operation immediately. Roger. Our enemies are called Etrangers. And against this enemy would steal our peace and freedom, we will fight. And along the way, we will keep investigating the DBDs and never stop looking for a way for our friends to get home. That is our mission. The mission of the Dread Crews. Okay, so this is the credit. The thing is, I think they skipped the Sakura's war, right? Wow. So is there gonna be something else in after this? I think so. There are some more enemies supposed to be, right? Man, took me, what, almost 3 years to finish the game. That's pretty crazy. Or I should say 3 years to get to this point. If it's not done. If it's not over, I mean. I wonder how long this is credit. Because it's getting pretty late of the night. I don't want to press any button to skip or whatever, if there's any way to skip or the credit. I want to go through the whole thing. Excuse me. Ryan, yep. Oh, it's special thanks now. Does that mean it's getting pretty close to the end? Yep. Produced by Bandai Namco Entertainment. The Battle of the Questor is over, but the warriors continue to fight until peace is at last reclaimed. War is over. Complete the game. Even after the Roosters are defeated, you can continue playing Super Robot Wars the 30 and keep fighting the good fight. Your next save will be your completed game, which will also create a new game plus file. After that, you will load into the intermission where you can carry on with the game as normal. Your new game plus data will continue to update whenever you make an intermission save. You can load your new game plus data from the title screen or intermission and then to new game plus. You will restart the main campaign story from the beginning with special bonuses. You can also choose to start the game with the same bonuses. If you select start with from the title screen with a new game plus data file present. Well, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, there's still some DLCs. Ooh. There are still a lot of stuff here. Okay, so this is it, guys, for today's video. Hope you enjoyed what you see today, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.